Shalom, this is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. We're going to jump right into the scriptures. This is Hebrews 4:1. It says, "Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it." So the fear of the Most High, most specifically, is what we got to focus our attention on, man. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise be left of us entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. So if you have a lack of fear of the Lord, then you're endangering yourself of coming short of the prize. You're endangering yourself of not being pleasing to the Lord, because fear and reverence is what's pleasing to the Lord, man. That's why the Lord condemns the haughty. That's why the Lord condemns the proud. Because if you have the fear of the Lord, you're not going to be proud. You're not going to be haughty. You're not going to be stiff-necked. You're not going to be disobedient. You're not going to be trying to find your own will. You're not going to be trying to do things your own way. Because you're going to be aware and terrified of the consequences of not pleasing the Lord, which we call the fear of the Lord, man. You know? You're going to be afraid to disappoint the Lord. You're going to be afraid or even to be without his good graces for a brief moment. You got to have the fear of the Lord, man. You got to be terrified to go off. You got to understand the consequences of going off. Do we go off? Yes, we do, but we hate ourselves for doing so. And if you get too comfortable with being high-minded, if you're getting too comfortable with going off, you're getting too comfortable with making excuses for your own will, if you're getting too comfortable compromising, shortchanging, selling out, putting it on the back burner, hey man, you're losing the fear of the Lord. You know? You got to examine yourself in these things. Remember that back again. Let us therefore fear. Let us therefore fear. That's first and foremost, man. Let us therefore fear. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So if you don't got that, hey man, you don't got it. If you don't got that, you need to get it. You got to start all over. Let us therefore fear. Let's say promise being left of. Let's get that word being. Salak. Remaining of left us of entering to his rest. Any of you should seem to come short of it. So fear is essential, man. And fear is the only way that we're going to sustain ourselves in this truth. I'm going to get Jeremiah 32 and 40. This is Jeremiah 32 and 40. And it says, "And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me." So the only way that you're going to stay in the good graces of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is having that fear. I will put my fear in the heart, that they shall not depart from me. That's the only way. So basically, fear of the Lord and not departing from the Lord go hand in hand. So if you don't have a fear of the Lord, then ultimately you're going to depart from the Most High. You can't have one without the other, man. You know, and you got a lot of stiff-necked, do it our own way Israelites out here. You know, they're casual about it. They do things when it's convenient for them, when it's comfortable for them, when it serves their purpose. But what they don't understand is that we're called to be servants and soldiers. And a servant and a soldier doesn't have a very comfortable lot in this life. So you got to get used to that, man. You got to get used to not being comfortable. You got to get used to sacrificing things. You got to get used to not having your own way, your own what's the word I'm trying to say? Your own way, your own comforts. You know, because most of the time you're not going to have those comforts. You're not going to have the comforts and the carefree mindset of the people in the world. If you want that, then go back to it, man. If you want all those compromises, if you want all those shortcomings, if you want to sell out, if you want to trim your ways to seek love, hey, go back to the world, man, because it ain't going to fly in the truth. You know, like we said before, man, there's truth about being a servant and a soldier. And a servant and a soldier has a hard life. And that goes back to accounting the cost, man. So are you going to be good all the time? No. Are you going to feel good about yourself 24/7? No. You shouldn't feel good about yourself, man. We're sinners. We disobeyed. Let the world feel good about their goddamn selves, man. They seek their own pleasure anyways. You know, they want things to work out good for them. Everything that people in the world do is for their own self-satisfaction, for their own pleasure, to pleasing of themselves. You know, that's why these bitches out here getting these BBLs and wearing these fucking fake eyelashes. You know, that's why you got Jake out here, you know, lining the shit up, trying to be slick with it, man, because they want to put themselves on a pedestal. They want to be admired. They want to be God. Because they ultimately they are their own God. They don't serve the Most High. Because the Spirit's not in them to do so. Because first and foremost, they have no fear of the Most High. And we just read right here in Jeremiah 32:40 that fear is essential for not departing from the Lord. And guess what, man? The Lord has to put that fear in you. So I'm going to get Salat. I'm going to get Romans 11:20. This is Romans 11:20. Let's see. Hold up. Romans 11:18. It says, boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Thou wilt then say, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear. So the point of it is that, be not high-minded, but fear, man. Let's get that word high-minded. Haughty. And that's what you see these other camps being, these other bugged out Israelites, man. They're haughty. They have no fear of the Lord. You know, let us therefore fear. Hey, so they're gonna be lost ultimately when it goes down, and when they see it happening, and when they see the prophecies coming to pass, and when they see who the true men of the Lord are, they're gonna be wanting to get a piece of that action. But by then it's gonna be too late. Salat. Because the Most High already set them on their course to be haughty, to be high-minded, because that's what most likely that's how they were back in the ancient days, back in the reincarnation. It's those same stiff-necked, high-minded, haughty spirit, haughty Israelites, disobedient Israelites coming back. You know, all they want to do is fucking be in folly, be in vanity, be in festive situations. You know, that's why Jake likes to celebrate every fucking holiday, man. He likes to throw parties and grill cookouts and so on and so forth, man. You know, but this is not the time to do so. Jay likes to enjoy himself above all things. You want to get his first. You know, but like I said, man, this is not what this truth is about. You know, you're called to be a servant, you're called to be a soldier, and you're called to fear the Most High. I'm going to get 1 Corinthians 10:11. This is 1 Corinthians 10:11. And it says, now these things happen unto, well, you know what? I'm going to start at verse 5. Or verse 1, because you got to get into the hows and whys. 1 Corinthians 10:1, it says, moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant of that all of our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea. So there was a time when in the Old Testament when they were in the wilderness, and the Most High had a protection upon them in the form of a cloud, in the daytime, in the form of a chariot. We're both were chariots. Basically they were guiding the children of Israel through the wilderness, and all passed through the sea. They were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did eat all the same spiritual meat, and did drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of the spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Yahweh Shai. There was many of them. Yahweh was not well pleased, but they were overthrown in the wilderness. So why was the Most High not well pleased? Because they fell back to their haughty, high-minded, stiff-necked ways. Even though they saw the presence of the Lord, they knew that the Lord was taking care of them. They knew the Lord was guiding them. They were stiff-necked nonetheless. It says, verse 6, now these things are examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. And that lesson is lost in IUIC, man. Because they're lusting after those evil things, those self-glorifying things. They want to party, man. They want to lust. Those things that have no benefit to humility or salvation. Yahweh Shai was told us to follow his example of being meek and humble. And you don't see that in these other groups, man. It says, now these things were old examples, to the intent that we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted, neither be idolaters as some of them. It says, where the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Who does that remind you of, man? That's your average Jake out here, including those that know they're Israelites. All they want to do is eat and drink and play. They don't have a fear of the Lord. They don't have a servant mindset. They don't have a soldier mindset. They just want to eat. They just want to drink. They just want to play. They want to do the bare minimum at their jobs. They want to do the bare minimum of their life, but they want maximum benefits. They put the bare minimum into themselves, but they want maximum benefits. That's the mindset of Jake. That's the mindset of a man that does not fear the Lord. Put that back again. Need to be idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written. The people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. That's all it is, man. They want to eat. They want to drink. They want to get good food. They want to drink some yan, some beer, whatever. And they want to go fuck around and bullshit. Rose up to play. So they let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 320,000. So for that leisure, carefree, do as thou wilt, pleasure-seeking spirit, the Most High destroyed them, man. He's going to do the same thing to this generation, this wicked generation, because they got that same casual, lustful, pleasure-seeking spirit, man. Food, drink, play, sex. That's all, Jake. That's the lowest level. That's the lowest vibration right there, man. That's the lowest vibration. It says, neither let us tempt Yahweh Shai, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed by the serpents. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, were destroyed of the destroyer. Never murmur. Learn to keep your fucking mouth closed, man. And murmuring goes into complaining. The scripture said that you gotta accept your lot, man. You gotta patiently endure. Whatever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. But they didn't do that, man. They murmured, they complained, they bitched and moaned about everything. Oh, why the Most High God like this? Why the Most High got me like that? And we do it too. The same, Jake doing it too. They complain about being here in America, man. Why the Most High? Why God loves us? Why this? Why that? They murmur, man. They complain. They bitch and they moan. It says, now all these things happen unto them for example. So you got to learn from what they got to learn for what their examples, man. They were set up for our examples, and that's what you do when you see weak men. When you see men in folly, you use them as examples, and that's why these other camps, they're set up as examples for us not to be. Example can be a tool for you to learn not to be like. So because hey man, you can rebuke these people all you want, but at the end of the day, they're gonna do what the fuck they want to do, because that's their spirit. No, so you look at them as how not to be. You see a weak-minded individual, and if you don't take rebuke, and if he got that I must do what the fuck I want to do spirit, you look at him and you tell yourself, well, that's how I don't want to be. And you change your path accordingly. Because it's easy to get caught up in these weak mindsets, man. It says, now all these things happen to them for samples, and they are written for admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall, man. Don't ever think that you're too good at this truth, that you're above another man. Because at the end of the day, we're all just men that were called as servants to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know? And the Lord can take any one of us out at any time for whatever reason he wants, and that's fear of the Lord, man. You got to be terrified of these things. You know, you got to understand what the Lord can do. With that, I'm going to get Matthew 7:11. We'll close it out on that. This is Matthew 7:11. So like that it. Oh, I think it's 21. Well, I'll start at verse 17. It says, even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. So be a good tree, man. Bring good fruit. You know, the Elder Gabar, he made that video saying don't have too much fun. Try not to have too much fun, because you got to be a serious-minded individual to keep your spirit strong on this truth. Avoid weaknesses at all costs, man. Because that's what fun is. Fun, that's a weakness. That can lead to a spiritual weakness. Having too much fun can lead to a spiritual weakness. It could lead to a fall into temptation. It could lead to sin going off. It could lead to putting yourself in a situation that ultimately can fuck you over. So you got to be careful, man. I'll say brothers can have fun, and the brothers can, ease their mind and relax and enjoy, some yan or whatever from time to time. But for the most part, you got to be a serious-minded individual. So that's going with making making the fruit good. It says, even so, every good tree brings forth good fruit, but the corrupt tree brings forth evil fruit. So you see what's up, man. God. You see that a weak mindset or a wicked mindset is going to bring forth wicked fruits. And a strong mindset or a spiritual mindset, a mindset that fears the Most High, is going to bring those fruits that are according to the Most High's pleasure. It says, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. And what was that? That was written up in 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, man. Those that were pleasing to the Lord, they were taken out. Wherefore by their fruits you shall know them. And it's being revealed, man. These men of weak stature, of weak mentality, not weak stature, of weak mentality, of weak morals, of weak faith, they're being exposed. They're being exposed, man. Their fruits are being known. It says, not everyone that says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven. And they say, Lord, Lord, all day. But when it comes to that time, the Lord's going to remind them of their folly and their vanity and their wickedness and their self-glorification and their self-pleasing. And he's going to tell them what's up, man. He said, not everyone that says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Because they did not do the will. They did not do things according to the pleasure, to the pleasing, to the fear of the Most High, man. So going back to Hebrews 4:1. Let's get Hebrews 4:1 again. We'll close it out on that. Hebrews 4:1. It says, let us therefore fear. There's a promise to be left of us an entry to his rest, and if you seem to come short of it. So let us therefore fear, man. Keep that fear. Keep that soldier mentality, that servant mentality. To the best of your ability, destroy whatever weakness you have within you. Learn to endure things. Learn to endure hardships. Learn to endure discomfort. Learn to endure not pleasing yourself, man, but pleasing the Most High first. That's something that we all got to learn. With that being said, it's a real quick lesson. Most High willing, hope was edifying. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Kal Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.